Welcome into Celtics Today. I am Will Scott. We're going to get into a Celtics roster outlook here in a second. We're just 2 weeks from training camp. Hard to believe. So we're going to break down the Celtics roster as it is currently constructed. But first, I want to ask you this question. You had one shot, one opportunity. Would you take it or would you let it slip, in the words of Eminem? One shot, which one are you taking? Free throw, corner three, straight on three, half-court shot. Free throw pays $50K. Straight on three, $100K. Corner three, $500,000. And a half-court shot, $1 million. Let me know which one you are taking. For me, I'm hitting the corner three. No question about it. Best value, probably the best chance of making it for me at least. I feel like I choke on the free throw. So I'm hitting the corner three, $500K. Go down to the comment section. Let me know which shot you would take. As I mentioned, this show's all about a Celtics roster breakdown. Yesterday, they signed Jake Layman to a training camp deal. We also got confirmation that they're bringing in Justin Jackson, also on a training camp deal. So let's take a look here at the Celtics roster, beginning with the starters. This is probably going to be the starting five for Boston. Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Jayson Tatum, Al Horford, Robert Williams III. Not only is that one of the best starting fives in the league, they're extremely good defensively, all five of those guys. Let's go to the bench. This is a big pickup, right, in terms of trading for him. But Malcolm Brogdon, Payton Pritchard, Derrick White, Grant Williams, those are going to be your main bench guys, followed by these three names that we're going to get to in a second. You obviously lost Danilo Gallinari due to a torn ACL, so he's not going to play this season probably. Sam Hauser, Luke Kornet round out the rest of your bench. So including Gallo, the Celtics have 12 guys on guaranteed deals, which means they have 3 open roster spots, but they really have more like 4 because Gallo is not going to play this year. At least that is the likelihood as it regards to Gallo. Go down, grade the Celtics roster because we just went over the guys on guaranteed deals, the 12 guys. Type A, B, C, D, or F. It is the pinned comment on today's video. Go and reply to it when you get a second. Grade the Celtics roster. Here are the guys on two-way deals. J.D. Davison and Mfiondu Kagengele. Davison was your lone draft pick in this past draft out of Alabama. Was an absolute steal. He looked really good in the Summer League. But your Summer League MVP was probably Mfiondu Kagengele. He was fantastic, put up 15 points per game. I really liked what I saw from him. He's got a pretty legit shot to make this Celtics roster, I think, as maybe the third-string center behind Robert Williams III and Luke Kornet. Before we get into the guys on training camp deals, go down and subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 13,000 subscribers. I want to do it before the start of training camp in 2 weeks. Go down, hit that big red subscribe button because I can promise you, if you are a Boston Celtics fan, you've come to the right place. We got you covered. Here are the 5 guys right now on training camp deals. This could change. They might add another one. We'll see. Noah Vonleh, Bruno Caboclo. Those are the 2 guys you signed on the same day, actually, last month. Maybe 6 weeks ago at this point. But Vonleh spent last season with the Shanghai Sharks, former first-round pick. Caboclo, also a former first-round pick. He played in Brazil last season, was the MVP of the MBB in Brazil, the Brazilian national team, or Brazilian National League. Jake Layman, you signed him yesterday. He is an NBA vet, 6-year veteran that spent last season with the Minnesota Timberwolves. Justin Jackson, Denzel Valentine, the other guys you have brought in on training camp deals. All those guys competing for spots on this Celtics roster. Jayson Tatum is not competing for a spot, right? He's going to maybe be in the MVP conversation this year. Go down, support our guy JT. Get his jersey at chatsports.com/Tatum. They're on sale right now. Go and take advantage. Chatsports.com/Tatum. That link in the comments and the description of this video. Going now to this, because when I was looking at this today, I couldn't believe it. Training camp starts 2 weeks from today on September 28th. Can you believe that, producer Patrick Seaman? That is unbelievable. So the offseason roster is now at 19. That is one short of the max limit. So they can go into training camp with 20 guys if they want. They might sign somebody else. They might not. Preseason opener is on October 4th with the regular season opener on October 18th. So We are a little bit over a month away from the regular season opener between the Boston Celtics and the Philadelphia 76ers. That is wild that we're that close to training camp and that close to the regular season. Do you think the Celtics will make another signing, or do you want the Celtics to make another signing before the start of training camp? Again, 2 weeks from today, September 28th. Type Y for yes or type N for no. It was reported that the Celtics are unlikely to sign Melo before training camp. Keyword, before. They might sign him during. They might sign him after. Do you want the Celtics to make another signing, whether it's Melo or somebody else? Type Y for yes or type N for no. The current roster situation is very, very interesting because when you look at it right now, the Celtics, like I said, have 3 open roster spots, but it's more like 4 because Gallo has a torn ACL. And probably the most interesting position right now for the C's when it comes to the open roster slots, the power forward position. Maybe they haven't gone out and signed a big name because they feel good about Sam Hauser. The guys on the left are on guaranteed deals. They're going to be on the 15-man roster. Al Horford, Grant Williams, Sam Hauser. The guys to the right are not on guaranteed deals. They're on training camp deals. They're trying to go out and compete for a roster spot. Bruno Caboclo, Vonleh, and Layman. I think one of those 3 are going to make this team, and I think it's going to be Bruno Caboclo. Might be a hot take because Layman has more NBA experience in the last couple seasons. Layman played in the NBA last season, unlike Vonleh or Caboclo. But Caboclo, what he did in Brazil, I think got his confidence back, right? I get it. It's the Brazilian league. He didn't put up those numbers in even the G League or especially the NBA. But he went to Brazil, put up monster numbers, dominated that league, and then looked pretty good in the Summer League as well. So I'm really excited about Caboclo. I think it was a great signing for the Celtics. I think he's going to be the last guy potentially to get a roster spot. Here are the Celtics centers. We're going to go position by position right now. Robert Williams III and Luke Kornet are the only 2 centers on guaranteed deals. Mfiondu Kagengele, he's on a 2-way. So the center position right now, a little bit of a concern. I think the Celtics need to go out and sign a center. If you've watched Celtics today, you know how strongly I feel about that. But I definitely think the Celtics need to add a center to this roster. Luke Kornet, I don't think is good enough to be a backup center right now. I know that Brad Stevens feels really good about him based on his Twitter activity, liking a bunch of Luke Kornet posts. But Luke Kornet has no business being a number 2 center, at least at the start of the season. I want to see him get more minutes. I want to see more out of him before I'm confident in him backing up Robert Williams III. We'll see what goes down, but the Celtics definitely need to sign another center. Here are some names that are available. Hassan Whiteside is my number 1 target for Boston, followed by Dwight Howard, LaMarcus Aldridge, and Boogie Cousins. Those are the best guys still left that could back up Robert Williams III. I like Hassan Whiteside because of his defensive presence, one of the better defensive centers in the league. I want to bring Hassan to Boston. Do you want to sign a center? Type S for sign or type P for pass down in the comments section. Go down, let me know. I'm typing S for sign, man. Luke Kornet cannot be the number 2 center at the start of the year. Here are the Celtics guards. Marcus Smart, Malcolm Brogdon, Jaylen Brown. Those are going to be the 3 main guys, followed by Derrick White, Payton Pritchard, and I include J.D. Davison on this. By the way, we're going position by position. We're not including the training camp deal guys. But J. Davison on a 2-way contract, he might have a chance to make this team. I don't know if they're going to carry 6 guards, but he certainly has a shot. I really like the way he played in Summer League. I like the upside. They might want to send him to Maine first to get minutes in Maine because he's not going to get many minutes off the bench in Boston as we take a look now at the Celtics lineup here. Jayson Tatum, Marcus Smart, Robert Williams III, Jaylen Brown, Al Horford. That's going to be your starting 5. And then your bench going to be Brogdon, White, Pritchard, Williams, and Kornet. I hate not seeing Gallo in there, man. That's tough. I feel for Danilo, and hopefully a miracle happens and he can return in the playoffs, but he's likely out the entire season, which is why you should bring Melo to Boston. We might talk about that more soon, but there was a recent report that the Celtics are not expected to sign him, at least before training camp. Thanks for watching this edition of Boston Celtics Today. Go down and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already.